Good morning, this is your 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. Continuing to see plenty of sunshine out there this morning, starting to see our temperatures approach 80 degrees, sitting at around 79 at this time, and seeing our winds steady out of the north at around 5 knots and continue with nice conditions, as we do expect that to continue as we move through the remainder of the week. Looking at mainly good conditions as we move through the day today with high pressure in control, as we can see here looking at our surface analysis, and expecting that high pressure to stay in control as we move through the remainder of the week. And we'll see a frontal system start to pass to our north, possibly bringing some precip chances as we get into the weekend time frame, but otherwise continuing with nice summertime conditions with lower humidity than can be sometimes this time of year. If we look at our upper level winds from this morning's sounding, we have northwesterly winds through the entire column and fairly weak winds at or below 15 knots through much of the column, seeing our peak wind of 23 knots at 25,000 feet. Freezing level today is at 12,000 feet. Quick look at the current visible satellite. We see not much to see here across the region, just a few low to mid-level clouds starting to dissipate here and there. Do expect some cumulus to develop as we get later in the day, potentially as we see a sea breeze develop, but overall should see plenty of sun as we move through our daytime hours. If we look at the short-term high-resolution model, again expecting we'll see dry conditions as we move through the day today, and minimal in the way of clouds, as you can see the model depicting here. Getting into the afternoon, as we see that sea breeze develop, we do have a very low end chance of maybe a light sprinkle, maybe light shower developing along that sea breeze. As you can see, some light reflectivities here on the simulated model, but again, not looking very likely. Would be surprised to see much of that materialize. Otherwise, just a few clouds around will start to dissipate as we move through the overnight hours, seeing mostly clear evening for the early morning of Thursday. We'll see a slight chance, similar to what we saw early this morning, of some patchy mist developing, nothing too impactful. And then another carbon copy as we move into the day on Thursday. Similar conditions as to what we will see today, with pretty nice and seasonable conditions, sea breeze developing through the day. And as you can see, model indicating possibly some reflectivity developing. Again, that very low end chance of a pop-up late shower or sprinkle, but not looking very likely all in all. As we move into Friday, we'll start to see a return of more southerly winds with a breeze actually developing, stronger pattern developing, but not expecting a wind advisory as we move through today, Friday, but we will see some increasing high clouds as we see partly to mostly cloudy conditions later in the day on Friday, but overall still looking dry and comfortable as we move through the day Friday. We zoom out looking at the longer term forecast here, starting off with Friday morning. We can see off to the southeast tropical storm Ernesto that will be staying off the mainland coast, but we will see that approaching Bermuda as we get into the weekend time frame, bringing some potentially hurricane conditions into that area. But otherwise quiet here as we move through the remainder of the week. Going into the weekend, we start to see that frontal system mainly passing to the north of our area, but dragging this cold front down through our region. I do see a chance of maybe a few light showers overnight into early Saturday morning. But as we move through the day Saturday looks pretty good overall, and not expecting a washout, maybe a chance of a shower here or there. A better chance of rain as we move overnight into Sunday, as that boundary kind of pushes through, bringing some shower and possibly storm chances during the morning hours on Sunday, and then we'll keep that chance around with some lingering boundaries as we move through the day Sunday. As that frontal system pushes through, getting into next week, it looks like we get back into a similar pattern to what we are currently seeing this week, with pretty seasonal temperatures, but possibly seeing some afternoon showers, possibly pop-up thunderstorms as we move through Monday and Tuesday, but not a lot of confidence in that at this time, as it is a bit further out. So we'll expect things to stay mainly dry at this time. So we look at our 24-hour weather risk chart for today. We're looking at green conditions over the next 24 hours. We'll see our temperatures climbing up to 83 degrees, right on par with our average high this time of year. We'll see those winds generally out of the north as we continue through the morning hours, 5 to 10 knots. And then we'll see those winds becoming more easterly as we get into the afternoon with a sea breeze developing. Looking to expect just a few cumulus clouds developing as we move through the afternoon time frame today. And again, that slight chance of maybe a light shower or sprinkle here, but most likely will be west if any of that does occur, west of the Wallops area with that sea breeze pushing it off to the west. So maybe a light sprinkle in the vicinity, but again, not expecting that to really come to fruition. If we move into the evening time frame, we'll start to see things clearing out. We'll see those winds becoming light and variable and our temperatures cooling down to around 65 degrees. Slight chance of maybe seeing some patchy mist before we get to sunrise tomorrow. Tides are running normal, and if we look at the extended forecast here as we move out through the remainder of the week, similar conditions will continue. We'll see partly cloudy conditions, pretty nice and seasonable temperatures, lows in the 60s, highs in the low to mid 80s. We'll see a slight breeze develop on Friday out of the south. It's going to tick up the humidity values just a smidge, but still looking pretty comfortable for Friday. We see those rain chances entering as we move through the weekend forecast. Slight chance early morning hours on Saturday prior to sunrise likely, and then also as we get into the late evening time frame on Saturday, looking about 20% chance. We'll see our high temperature around 82 degrees. Similar conditions as we move into Sunday with a high around 83, but Sunday looks like a better chance of seeing those showers and thunderstorms around the area, looking at about 40% chance at this time. And then it looks like we'll dry out as we get into the beginning of next week with temperatures back to seasonable highs around 84 degrees and our low temperature around 70 degrees with just some partly cloudy skies. That's going to wrap up the 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. We'll be back again tomorrow at 8:15 at 10 a.m. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your day.